What it is, y'all. Y'all already know it's another episode, Culture Talk TV, episode number 20. And you know it's your host with the most, Tim the Official. Tonight's episode is brought to you by D1H Apparel. Don't forget Sister Sarah Garlic Crab, and we can't forget SGO Zaza. And today we have a special guest in the building. White Dude Music, man. How you feeling, brother?
What's
How you
up, brother?
feeling,
Appreciate
brother?
you. White
Yes,
dude,
sir.
trapper favorite cracker,
That
little Havana to Hollywood, fuck with me.
that part. So you born and raised in Florida.
Yeah.
So you Floridian.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Florida man.
Florida man. Hey, so what was it like going to Florida? Like, were you down south?
Yeah, like most of my life, and pretty much day born, Broward bred. Grew up as a kid in Little Havana, Miami, and high school went to Broward, moved,
Okay.
and then still back and forth family. Grandma was down there. You go back and forth. I think the biggest thing I like about South Florida in general, what I tell people is like I feel like other places like Cali, New York, everybody's got their mix. Like there's places that are diverse, but in Florida our diversity is in a different way.
Mm.
Where like on one block, you got Haitian family, a Venezuelan family, Chinese family,
Facts.
white family, this and that. Especially like in certain parts of Broward, Miami. So yeah, maybe like Central Florida is different, North Florida is different. I can't speak of all of Florida because Central Florida out in the sticks, they got some places you don't want to go. Stay out of Polk County.
Facts.
I would get into the story about that later, but yeah, I think that's what I like most about Florida in that way. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying is that close diversity. It's like an intermixed diversity in a weird way.
For sure. So I mean, what was it like for you growing up? Like, what you got into?
Um, in short, growing up was chaos.
Mm.
No, everybody got a story. Growing up was rough. Growing up was hard, but growing up was very. I feel like my life is weird. I always feel like I'm like a hip hop Forrest Gump. Like I feel like I've gotten to see so many different microcosms of life in different forms, and tragedy, and death, and this, and family, and it's like, so I know what I've been through. My life is tailor made to be an artist in that sense, because I've gotten to see so many vivid and impactful snapshots in life that it's helped me internalize it, and actually with my mind and writing ability, it actually helped me further to push these ideas and push my thoughts out. You know what I'm saying? Because like we all kind of saying the same stuff. Let's be real. Like nobody's really saying anything more that's different. It's just about your presentation, your package, how real you're being, how much people can tell off that. You know what I mean? Because you can drop one-liners and you can fake the funk all day. If the energy's not real and people don't see it, and then like when the cameras is off, you know what I'm saying? How are you really doing? Because let's be real, a lot of y'all rappers be on some beauty pageant shit. I'm just being real. Like y'all ought to be like, dude, so I do this and I do that. You catch me on Saturday feeding the homeless, and then you hear me this, and I'm saving burning babies from orphanages, and then I got my girl, I'm raising her two little step kids, and this and that. Come on. And then behind closed doors, you doing this, you fucking off, you cheat, you this and that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I just feel like it's okay to mess up. It's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to talk about it, unless you're not glorifying it and you're growing and learning from it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So where a lot of rappers, I feel like they miss an opportunity, like when they're doing podcasts, to talk and be real, and not even always have the answer. Learn something too. But sometimes they just want to use that to be okay. Hey, it's my turn to magnify my persona. It's my turn to show you this and that. Let me drop my gems and let me do my plugins, and
right.
Instead of using an opportunity to show people who you are and then having a conversation.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? So
nah, that's dope. That's keeping it real authentic. So what like got you into music? Like what was your matter of fact? Let's start here. What are some artists that you grew up listening to?
right on the shirt, Tupac
Okay.
was a heavy inspiration. Nas, Outkast, um, DMX. I always gravitated to artists who are authentic.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody got. I'm not knocking nobody. There's people have their bars. You have your fans. I was like Lil Wayne. I was there. I was listening. But like, I always liked the artists who were like themselves in a weird way, and always like DMX. He didn't give a fuck about nobody. Nobody thought that was himself. 3 Stacks. He don't give a fuck about anything. You know what I'm saying? He himself. Tupac.
Same.
Don't give a fuck what nobody
Real
thinks.
shit.
You
Real
get what I'm
shit,
saying? Like,
real
so it's
shit.
just more like that was what I was gravitated to. People that were different and embraced it and ran with it. Because I didn't. I always felt like I was different, but it took me a while to run with it.
Okay, so with that said, what what made you take the rock and run with it? What was your when did you start actually like laying down tracks, making music?
I think it first started off where I was like a concept guy. I feel like I'm really, ironically enough, like a director at heart because I'm a visual person. I see shit and this and that. So when I was coming up, my friends would be like, yo, I need a concept. I need a visual. I need an idea for this, and I need an idea for that. So I could hear a song, and I would just kind of envision the scenario and be like, all right, we got to do this. We need the beach at night. We need this little green backdrop. We need this and that. Go over here. But then we get a highway scene, and then and like that. Everybody'd be like, huh?
Right.
And like for me, it was just easy that part. You know what I mean? So I've always been real visual in that sense. I love movies as a kid. I sit there and just only child in certain situations and scenarios all I really can do is watch movies. So,
right.
And then and that was like a treat when I was growing up. My mom would let's go to the movies, and I was like, I look forward to that kind of shit, especially when you're struggling. So we used to go, and I used to stay in that bitch all day. I go in on a Saturday at like 11 o'clock, and I'd be in that bitch.
Movie hopping.
I'm movie hopping all day. You couldn't, you didn't catch me. My mom knew what I was doing. She would call me, like, what are you doing? Man, movies, all right, actually, all right, cool. I just, you know what I'm saying, go out, find me a little place to duck off, smoke one, go to the bathroom, get it, blah, 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 and just be bouncing around them because I just really enjoyed watching these visuals and all these ideas come to life and shit like that. So that's where it started with concepts. And then once I got more comfortable, I guess the rapping started to come out where my people knew I could rap, and we'd fuck around and kick bars and ciphers, and I would kick, but I didn't want to be a rapper. I was like, nah, bro, I'm good off that. I don't want to be in front of people. I'm not trying to be look at me. You know what I'm saying? Like this, that's not. I don't. I've always been to myself. I love when like 50. What is it? 50 had that one bar. He goes, I don't need 50 people. I don't walk with a crutch. Or so I forgot what. And I love that bar because I'll go anywhere though. Any hood, any spot, this and that. Not because I think I'm a badass. It's because I don't walk with fear, and I have respect for places. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just myself. You know what I'm saying? So I always embraced that. So when I kind of learned I could be myself and be a rapper, that's when I stopped fighting it. I was like, okay, you know what? I don't gotta be. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, not every rapper is about look at me. Because let's be honest, when you're a rapper and you're marketing yourself, you kind of have to be a little.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Like you're selling yourself, so you have to be out there, like that. I don't want people selling themselves. That's cool. I've always just been a fan of people who do it in a way that shows humility. Big Russ fan, big J. Cole fan.
Ooh, Russ.
You know what I'm saying? Big people. You know they're dope. You know they're monsters. You know they're rich, this and that, but they don't have to tell you all the time.
Right. Very humble.
Like that's cool, brother. We know you got it like that. Like I know you got bread. I know you have 3 Maybachs. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like I get that, but how are you impacting people? How are you helping people less fortunate? How are you helping your family? Anybody you even be breaking people off from your family to start businesses?
Right.
Are you doing any community ventures? Are you at least helping the church you grew up in? Something. You know what I'm saying? Or you're just buying your 4th Maybach.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? Just certain things don't really move me. I understand. I get it. You have to have fashion. I get people like nice things. No power to you. You know what I'm saying? When I get on top, you ain't gonna look like I'm gonna have it. My wife and kids, my family, they gonna look like they got it.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be like, whatever, bro. Like, I don't care. Whether it's jeans or jeans. I don't care if it's denim. I don't care if it's $1,500 or $50. It's fucking denim.
Real shit.
You get what I'm saying? Now I'd rather spend that $1,500 and put that down on the stock or put that down on the next video or put down something like that. Not okay. You know what? Let me spend $3,500 on my outfit, and then but in a couple weeks I'll shoot a video. Well, homie, your outfit is like 3 videos.
Man.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so what? Everybody's so much about the fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying?
They get caught faking it.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuck faking it.
You used to get stuck faking it, and you're stuck faking it till you break it. You know what I mean? Like
say that again.
They say you
Dang, you done faking.
It's like you're done faking it till you make it, till you fake it till you break it.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Like it's not, but it's true.
That's very true, bro. That's very true.
Like you want to have $3,500 in drove, but you don't have $3,500 for your marketing. You don't have
right.
To each his own. I'm not gonna knock people because I know people like designer, they like fashion, they like, you know.
I mean,
But
to each his own, but like what you're saying, that's more of people catering more to their image and not really to their self, not really to their actual talents, to their visions. Like what you're saying, yeah, of course you have a, but everybody could, if you
my
do,
bad, bro. I ain't even passed
oh
this
no, no,
shit.
no,
Okay,
no,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately, go
No,
ahead.
no, I know, bless, but so it's like,
But
just like you saying, so pretty much it goes hand in hand. You know what I mean? It goes hand in hand with what you're saying. Like if you have a budget, why spend it on anything else other than what needs to be done? You know what I mean? That's that extra is okay. Yeah, I can spend extra on my clothes. I can spend extra on this. That's when you got the extra. But make sure you knock out the task at hand first. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel with that. So I want to know like, but what age did you touch the book? But what age was the first time?
like fucking around or like making music for real, for real.
Like for real, for real.
Probably like 2007. It's probably like shit. Like probably like honestly, I was a late bloomer
Mm-hmm.
in that regard. Where I was started messing around in my late 20s. My first song I recorded when I was had a different rap name. And I was 27, and I was when I recorded the song. Shout out to David Apple System Life, "Slave to the Craft."
Mm-hmm.
That was just like I was like 27 was my first song.
Okay, dang.
And that was like so it was like I mean I always kicked bars. I was always poetry as a kid. I had like one like I hate talking about myself in this regard, but there's a little bit of backdrop relevant to our conversation. Broward County Fair, like first place in fifth grade for a poem I wrote. I got like always got like perfect scores in the writing, FCATs. Always got like 6.0 in the writing portion and shit like that. Uh, that was like even my high school test, SATs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
The English and like literature part. And then the max score you can get was like 800. I got like a 794 or something like that.
Goodness gracious.
But then in the English, within the math and the science part, I think you get like 7. I got like 220 or some shit.
Oh shit.
So yeah. I was like real high here, and then the other side is like, eh.
Yeah, which is your strong point.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm good at. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it just was, but I just was always more suited to that.
Mm-hmm. So 27. So.
Yeah.
But like you said, but you already had a history though of just having a vision
of being creative. I think
Right.
I think it's weird in that sense because I think sometimes people get like so like locked in on making songs and making that portfolio, and it's weird. The older I get, it's almost like your life is a portfolio. Especially, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're building it in a certain way and you're actively like people like networking is a part of the creative portfolio. Podcasting, what we're doing now is part of the creative portfolio. The times you learn and go in the booth and all that's a creative portfolio. The first times you go to the open mics and I told the story a little bit on the podcast the other time. My first time I performed, it was like 2:30, 3 o'clock on a Tuesday, like 7-8 years ago to a fucking speaker because everybody was gone. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I'm so like you got to be able to perform in front of nobody, this and that. But then I flipped it upside down and it became a part of my repertoire when I performed because I was mad that everybody was leaving my performance, and I was like, man, I stayed for everybody. I took my pictures, I took my little videos, so they had the wireless mics, so everybody's going outside. It's like a polo club, now they call it polo patio or something.
Damn.
They didn't have a polo club back then.
Yes,
The flames were fire. I already dated a little bartender out
Yes.
there back in the day.
Ooh.
But yeah, so I was at the polo club, and then like I took the wireless, I started rapping to everybody walking out the door. I'm like, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo. Cause I'm like, nah, bro, y'all gonna hear these bars. Like, I waited all night. I sat here since 11 o'clock. I waited 4.5 hours. I'm the last person on the docket. I go to kick my bars, and everybody just walks out, and I'm rapping to a speaker. Fuck that.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like, so I get in there and do my na. And some people fuck with it, some people got offended, but I was like, you know what? It kind of brought something out of me that was like, I was like, okay. And then at the same time, it became part of my, like, movement in my crowd performance. I was known for that. I would be bouncing around with the mic, talking to people, getting people's faces, and they love it.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, okay, I was just trying to, not that I'm the first person to do that, but it just became a part of what I did, including,
So with that, I was gonna ask, did you being older and having maturity cause that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because let's say you were younger, that probably would have it probably could have did something to your spirit, to your confidence, but being like a mature spirit going at it, you was able to hold on, I'm gonna reverse this and make, like you said, turn it upside down. So
I was able, see, the older you get, you're able to, everybody gets frustrated, everybody gets angry. Like, I used to date this girl way back. She used to be like, she used to get frustrated, but she used to get in arguments with me and she couldn't piss me off. She, oh, nothing makes you mad, you don't give a fuck. I said, honey, I'm mad all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, life has humbled me in a way that I realized my anger, me throwing a fucking shit fit or getting mad or going raging out ain't gonna do nothing. And then in the end, I'm just gonna cause more problems and crashing out. And I've already realized that and learned from that and been from personal experience and seen other people do. So I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna use my anger, I'm gonna flip it upside down. I mean, I'm saying, like you said, reverse it, put it back on. You realize what you're doing wrong, and not only that, I'm actually gonna listen to what you're saying and better myself in front of you. Sure. And then you're gonna be like, damn, he's yeah, like, but it's just that's what you gotta do. That's you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I didn't take it personal in a sense. I'm like, yeah, it's true. I could have took it like, oh, everybody's trying me, nobody wants to hear me, but no, I'm there just like them. It's late as fuck, it's tired. Everybody wants to go, but at the same time, I'm gonna put a boundary and I say, no, y'all still gonna show me some respect. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, you know, but after that, it was like people, you know, gained some few friends off of that, but it was a learning experience. You know, but you gotta be ready for that. And you know, fast forward 5 some odd years later, I'm in overseas in Denmark doing shows for a few thousand. You know what I'm saying? So when I never thought I would even be out of Florida doing shows at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you never know, bro. You gotta just keep going and even the overseas opportunity was from a random show that I wasn't gonna go to, random networking event that I wasn't gonna go to. My boy Cash hit me up. He was like, "Yo, got a mutual friend." He's like, "We're pulling up to this Stevie J party. Lil Wayne's gonna be there or some shit. Do you want to come chill? We'll be in VIP vibing." And in my mind, I'm like, "All right, yeah, here we go. Great, another loud VIP section. People screaming, bottles, everybody taking pictures." Like in my mind, like, I don't care about none of that. And but then I'm like, "All right, you know what?" Something told me, like, you know what? Just get outside. You know, sometimes, because I'm not overly social. I do it for the rap stuff. I do it to talk to people, but like once I do my thing, I do it and perform. But once I perform, I'm kind of I'm out. Like I perform, I shake my hands, I kiss the babies, I take my pictures, and I'm like salute. Gotcha. I don't get fucked up at the clubs. I don't drink at the clubs. You know what I mean? So like I'm not even a heavy drinker to begin with. So I'm just more about business and doing it and be out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a different mentality, I guess, I've always had in that regard when it came to that. So,
and so how, like, you brought up Denver.
Denmark.
Yeah. So you recently been?
Yeah, I went 2 years in a row on tour overseas, and then.
So on tour overseas?
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I ran into an opportunity at that party that I told you about, because when I was there, I saw a dude, he was like, "Oh, I see you got good music, this and that." He's like, "But your music, no offense, your style, this and that, probably not gonna get felt here. It's more hip hop, this and that," which I agree with somewhat. But no, he's like, "Why don't you audition for this little tour company?" Did that, went out there. Crazy motion in the first year. I felt like, even from the people who had done the tour for like 5 years, they were like, "Yo, honestly, like, we brought people out here and like we ain't never seen nobody." I think, and not even to speak highly on me. I think it was like lightning in a bottle. My style, my timing, the people, it just all kind of awesome. Like 2 weeks of synchronicity, where just like things were happening, and I was like, "Oh wow!" I'm like, so many little details, and finding myself in the right places, seeing my name my last name on billboards when I go into places. Like, bro, I'm telling you, like, so many things on the life level when you pay attention and when you're observant. You know what I'm saying? When you're not too lost and too idle in your mind, and the devil's getting to you. You get what I'm saying? When you're more observant, because I've noticed that too. Even sometimes when I'm smoking, sometimes I like to smoke, but I don't like to smoke out too much because, well, in certain settings at least, because sometimes I gotta realize, no, bro, you gotta be sharp, you gotta be aware, because you dull your mind too much in a certain setting, you may miss an opportunity, you may do this and that, blah blah. So, but yeah, it just things seemed where it's like lightning in a bottle. This and that. Went back a second year, built the motion, built the contacts, built the network. Now looking to capitalize this third year with the team. New team, new squad, new feeling. New Voltron, be stronger. MMTY. You know what I'm saying? So so it's gonna be something different. You know what I mean? Something that I'm looking to capitalize on and have that motion over there come back this way.
For sure.
See what happens.
For sure. And how are you with collabing? Like, is there any like great collabs that you like have done already that you like?
Yeah. I did. He gets mad at me when I bring it up because I feel him because I've been sitting on the track for a couple of years now. But me and YD have a song called "Sophisticated Savage," produced by Cash Marley that we're dropping this year for sure. I just kind of was waiting through the right opportunities, timing, this and that. So that's a dope collab. Me and Skrilla of Suave House have a collab, but when he was with Suave House, so I gotta see how new things go. If I'll be able, I don't know if I'll be able to. Maybe I'll be able to release that for no profit, but I've had a couple, good collabs that I felt like with people, handful of people that I felt like me and Spliff got something coming. We're gonna be working on soon. Me and Punchline, Punchline from Minorities.
Okay.
Me and him we're gonna get in the lab real soon and go over a beat and kind of go over some stuff that Cash produced. So, I mean, I love collabing. To be perfectly honest, I mean, I just think it has to be the right fit and the right setting because when I collab, I'm big on creating a vibe, creating a song. I don't like filler tracks. I don't like to be in the song. And some people, you know what? That's their energy. They like to get in the song and just feel it out. Whatever the beat tells them, it gives them a bop. This and blah. Now I don't want to overthink it, but at the same time, it's like, nah, bro, we gotta have a purpose and a feeling of what we're doing. Add a little bit of creative flavor. Let's structure the song in a certain way. Maybe live instrument, different style bridge. You know what I mean? Let's come in. Let's come in with they're a little different. Let's break apart the first verse. Something. You know what I mean? Like. So if we're down to do that and it's the right collab with the right feel sonically, I'm all about it. I'm all for it. Now right now, I hate to be that way, but new year, new me in the sense that money's up and opportunities are up, so costs are up. So unless you're with the camp or unless you're a personal friend of mine from beforehand, which features, you gotta hit the management and see what we can get the numbers for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the pen is deadly. Believe that.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I do spit bars like I'm fucking coughing Xanax. So you know what I mean? Like, don't sleep on your boy, but we have to pay for the pen.
Okay.
So,
and how was it? I seen that I did a little homework, so I seen that you actually was in magazines like already. So how was I see that you was featured in? Was that double
XL?
Double XL, okay.
Double XL. BT.com, MTV.com, one time. This is 50, a lot of places. Yeah, but Double XL, Ace Mag, I got something coming up with Ace Mag. It was cool. That was a good feeling, going to the store and seeing like your name in the thing and this and that, blah, blah. That was through Magasia Promotions back, shout out to her. And it's a good feeling. I think it's all part of the game. You can't let it get too big headed. I think initially when I got it, you think like, oh, that's it. You're gonna take over. You're gonna take off. For sure. Then you realize really it's just, again, like I said earlier, part of the portfolio. Now it's like if you Google white dude music all together, now you see little things that can come up.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just about building that up so you can, hopefully the right person sees your shit at the right time and somebody say, okay, let me,
all right,
let's rock with it, let's go with it. Or a song take off, you know what I'm saying? If you're marketing and pushing it right, so.
Is that the same thing in Denmark, lightning about it. When it happens, it's gonna happen.
They just they felt it. They just, when I was out there, I even performed one song out there and I had a homie come up to me like with tears in his eye.
Damn.
Dude was, a trapper out there, because all the European trappers, they got fanny packs.
Okay.
And they don't wear them in a cool way, how we do. They wear them straight.
They just let you know.
They just let you know, listen, we got it, what you need. You know what I'm saying? So this and that. So, and homie was going through something. And you could tell, that was a surreal experience for me. I had never experienced that as an artist. When someone felt your music or whatever. Like, I always heard about that. I was like, whatever. I didn't think that was real or whatever. But then when that happened, I was like, damn,
that's great.
Like something I said, a thought I had, or feeling I had,
And he felt that.
Yeah, he felt it, and it's like, and I see in his eyes, he was going to something like, yo, that song hit me, this and that, bro. Homie came out the fanny pack with a big ball of hash, a fat thing of weed, some coke, this and that, and I was like, listen, bro, I'll take the weed, and the camp can have this. I'm a smoker, you know what I'm saying, this and that, blah, blah. But that was cool, and $1,000 bill. I shit you not, $1,000 bill of their money, which is like, I think like $360 US, maybe.
That's still what you mean.
Yeah, I used it for dinner, for other stuff, that's the thing. So I was like, wow, bro, I had a fan come off, and the venue was decent. It wasn't like thousands of people. That particular venue was an inside venue. I think that was at Kultur Russo in Islands Boiga. I need to get up on the European.
That's
Danish. That's Kultur Russo in Islands Boiga. See, you don't know about that. I know I'm Danish now. You know what I'm saying? They don't know about that.
No.
But that place was like probably like 75 to 100 people, but it was a nice intimate, like where they were packed. It was intense. They was feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, homie gave me that bread and everything else, and that was a dope experience.
No, for sure. And then for so far as collabs, if you can get 3 Florida artists, you only could get 3 Florida artists. Who would that be?
Boss Man, D-Lo. Got to right now. Who else?
Yeah, right. That's a guarantee.
It's like, yeah, you can't say nobody else is hotter right now as far as Florida is concerned. Really good question, because I feel like Florida got a lot of talent. I feel like they really feel like, and it's versatile talent. Cause you got dudes that are spitting like some NY like New York legends, and you got dudes that are spitting like Southern legends, and it's like, you know what I'm saying. Boss Man D will be the first. And let me pick somebody out of Miami who I like to work with, or I haven't worked with. I think, you know what? I like to work with Mike Smith, because you know what I mean. Like I mean, I've lost some weight. You know what I'm saying? I used to be like over about 300 pounds.
Oh, word.
Yeah, over 300 pounds at one point. I was like 318, something like that. So now I'm like 250. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm working my way, but I was like 2 big boys. You know, have that big boy rap. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like me and Mike Smith could do something dope. And then I mean, I would say obviously the obvious choice after that would maybe be Ross, because I feel like I don't know if I could stick with Ross, because I feel like I don't know from a business sense how many people really stick with Ross. No offense, Ross. It's calling it how I see it. That could be some behind the scenes shit that they doing wrong. I don't know. But the business mind,
for sure,
you can't deny it.
Nah, you can't.
And the raps you can't deny. He spit too. I'm not saying he don't spit, but you know what I mean. Like I would like to see MMG become a powerhouse with local talent. That's the part I don't really get. Like I get what he does from a business sense and who he signs. The moves make sense, but I'd like to see him take a risk and sign 4 or 5 cats from Dade only, and do like a Miami slaughterhouse. Because I feel like it's out here. And it's like these people just don't, like even my boy YD, shout out to Dade County Assassin, good dude, good person. He nasty, and it's like he get overlooked a little bit. You know, there's a handful of dudes I feel like get kind of overlooked. Shout out to my dog Spliff, over 100 streams, 100K streams. His dog, my dog getting overlooked. I'm gonna shout him out.
Hey, shout out Spliff, real spill. So that's the 3.
I'd say Boss Man, D-Lo, Mike Smith, or Rick Ross.
Okay. So, sheesh. You know, I was thinking I was gonna get a Kodak in there. So I'm surprised I didn't get that. I'm surprised I didn't get that.
If I be real, I like Kodak, and I think he's the king of like Florida bop per se. Well, I mean Boss Man D-Lo, but he got a different style per se. But I just don't know it. Like I'm big on being able to mix with you and vibe with you, and Kodak seemed kind of to himself. I don't know. He don't seem like he never more like. And it's not like I say I couldn't mix with him or wouldn't mix with him. I just think he's just on his own lane. He just thinking I don't want to fuck with nobody. You know? And that could be great. Maybe he, you know what I'm saying. That's what life has told him. That I don't want to. I'm gonna stick to my people only and do this and that, blah blah. So it's not that I wouldn't mess with him. I just don't. I'd have to see how it would fit. Oh, you know, one person who I should have mentioned probably too, because I actually know some of his family is Denzel Curry. And I think that would be real dope. And I think that, but I mean, I'm actually, I'm doing a short film with his brother Mook coming up.
Hey.
So shout out to Mook.
Salute.
And so we got something cooking. Also shout out to Shanks Larson and Mike Sowers. We do some short films with them, and shout out to Man. So, but yeah, I think there's a lot of people, there's a lot of talent down here. But Kodak, I just don't think he would. I don't know if we would mix in the studio. I don't know. So I don't see how the the collab would go, because I'm not one of those email me the beat type guys. If I'm gonna do it, I want to vibe. You know what I'm saying? Let's figure out something that's chill. Let's figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk it out, smoke, whatever.
And you know what? I really real deal F with your idea about what you said about a Miami slaughterhouse.
Bro, come on. There's lots of spitters out here.
Like, nah, for real.
Yeah.
Because, and then what you said about MMG, like, it just hit me, because I'm like, damn, that is true. Like, if Ross just focused on Florida?
If he had like Bro, listen. Even if you don't want to mess with my bars, bro, hire me, bro. I will create like just how the U does, and they have like they build a fence around South Florida, bro. Give me a little division MMG, okay? We'll call it the Miami Maniacs, the Miami Slav, whatever, the Miami Monsters, the Miami Metaphor Maniacs. I don't care what you want to call it. You know what I mean? And we develop an in-house Miami Wu Tang. Like it's bro, it's there. It's possible. You get
It's
what I'm
beyond,
saying? Like
yeah.
it's just, but yeah, obviously like anything. But from his perspective, and this is the thing you got to realize about people that have money and they have opportunity. I realize this when they always say like, oh, why don't they do this? Why don't they do this? You're asking somebody who doesn't know you to put a lot of their money that they earn and taking a risk for what?
No,
To some extent.
man.
You know what I'm saying? Like obviously if they have the vision, they have the vision and this and that. So when people don't see or have the vision in you, a lot of the times people don't want to accept you got to build yourself more and make them believe. If they ain't really think you got motion or they don't want to do this or they don't want to pull up to a show or this and one and that, then initially that probably means you ain't really working hard enough for them to think shit.
Yeah.
And I noticed that in the beginning when I first started rapping, where I was like, oh, I got bars, man. I got this, nobody's listening, this and that, blah, blah. Because initially it's like, okay, no one really cares. You just started rapping, blah, 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 blah. Then it's like 6, 7, 8 years into it, so I'm like, okay, now I see, now I go places, I get love from every DJ. Now I'm here, people, what's up, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Because like anything, you have to put the time in. You get what I'm saying? So it's just, but so you're asking someone, who don't know you to invest the time and put their bread up. I get it, but I think if you got the vision and you got the bread to spare, it wouldn't take all that much.
Yeah, I mean, and shoot, you never know. He may hit us with a retirement plan and be like, "Hey, you know what? This was a long game. This was a long haul."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I want you to like talk about, white dude. Let the world know. What should they know about you? Like, you know what I mean? What should they know about you?
That I'm open but distant.
Mm.
That I'm social but quiet. That I want to help people, but I'm often sad.
Okay.
If I'm just being transparent,
Yeah,
this and that, blah, blah. So I think if there's anything I want to know people or want anything to know about me, I'd say just that. Like, I'm a person just like you, and I think I'm finding my way just like you're finding your way. As long as you respect me, I'm gonna respect you. Keep it moving that way.
That part. Nah, that's dope. And what should they see? What's your 2025 look like? Like, what can they expect your 2025 to be like?
Good things, good things. That's like, I'll backtrack a second. Often sad, not depressive, not suicidal, this and that. I'm an empathetic person. So you tend to feel, you tend to observe. So it's a balance you have to take when you feel, block, realize not everything is yours to take, not every burden is yours to carry, family, this and that, blah, blah, blah. So that's being said, I want people to think like, what's white dude? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got family, they can be like, nah, I'm good. I'm just being an honest, sense about, how I move with my emotions. But 2025 is looking great. There's so many positive things on there. Shout out to Spliff, shout out to Cali, shout out to Jules. I got like a good team around me. Good people around me, people that are moving, people that have good intentions. And yeah, I'm like hella excited about the opportunities. What the Fuck You Want, produced by Cash Marley, WTFYO, coming out this month on the 24th. First release through MMTY, subbed with the Empire. So that's big. We got that coming up. First week of February, more than likely I'll be in Dominican Republic working some other music connections and some shows I have out there. Because I've seen what was capable in Denmark and I realized, okay, how can I do it where it's not so far? You know what I'm saying? And I already had some connections out there and the team got some connections out there. So I'm like, okay, And I'm not so much, that's why it's like, listen, invest where it makes sense for you. I'm not saying when I say this to like tell artists don't work in open mics or don't invest with local promoters. No, that's just what I'm doing right now. I already worked my way through that system, this and that, and that's why they're my connections. And I didn't find these overseas connections in either part of the world until I found them, locally. But once you take that step, yeah, I feel like you got to get out and do other shit. Try to, maximize the opportunities elsewhere as much as you can. And sometimes that's, you know, it could be overseas, could be Caribbean, could be New York, could be Cali, whatever makes sense for you.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever your resources are, maximize those resources.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, that's what works for me, and I don't want to shit on somebody who doesn't have an overseas connection and be like, oh, you know, he's, you know, whatever, he's being arrogant. No, I'm just saying that's what I found.
All right.
That's what I worked, and I realized, okay, for me, I got to get out of my space, out of my comfort zone, out of my, and you know, pull from what works. So in 2025, just that, building off that, dropping songs one a month at minimum, one video a month. Yeah, and just head off that. We're going back to Denmark in this summer. You know what I'm saying? For the third round for me, and some opportunities already lined up, things already lined up. Don't want to say too much.
Okay.
People be watching.
Nah, for sure.
And this
for
and
sure,
that. But
yeah.
as it gets closer, off camera, I'll plug you in on the details.
Okay, then.
And this and that. We'll keep it like that. And yeah, lots of good things, man. You know, I feel like the first time in my life, lots of good things are happening with the team, health wise. You know, taking care of myself. You know, mentally, physically. You know, family's looking good, job's looking good. So it's all happening at a good time. Like, you know, life be up and down, and sometimes the money's up and you make bad decisions. Sometimes, you know, things is down, health is up, health is down. But I feel like right now, okay, you know, bam, perfect time, things are looking good, perfect storm of opportunities. 2025 is a good time to maximize the time out of every hour, every day. Like I told you before off camera, like, bro, I'm trying to do like 15, 16 podcast interviews this month.
Yeah,
We're at like 5 for the week. You get what I'm saying? You know, after tomorrow. So it's like, you know, so it's like, it's just what it is, trying to maximize and take the time out and utilize it. You got the 24, you got to, you know.
Yeah, for sure. You gotta maximize on it.
You got to maximize that 24.
Nah, for sure. And you know what? I heard somebody say, I think it was Brandon Carter, and he was like, it's not about working hard, because that's our perspective. It's about maximizing.
Exactly.
You know, it says it's all about working to your maximum capability. It's not really about what's hard for you, because oh, it's hard for me, because that's two different, you know what I'm saying, definitions.
Yeah.
So now it's like, all right, that if you maximize your capabilities and I maximize my capabilities, sky's the limit. You know what I mean? And that's with everybody, you know. But some people just work hard, meaning they just do a lot of busy stuff, or not really maximizing on what they need to.
Their motion is on a treadmill.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, because it's like, yeah, you're doing a lot of the same things over and over. You're not really taking the next step. You're kind of, you're running, recycling the same concepts, the same ideas. No, but I think that's very important, because I hate when rappers get on here and be like, nobody works harder than me, and I do this, and I work 37 hours a day, and I'm, you know, here, and I have 4 jobs, and I have this, and I record 19 songs a day. And it's like, all right, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, if that is the case, more power to you. That means you should have been signed last year. You know what I'm saying? First of all. You know what I'm saying? Second of all, people have kids, people have lives, not everybody has the same opportunities. If you have no kids, no opportunities, maybe some people have kids and don't take care of them. Unfortunately, it's the reality of it. So it's like you said, you don't know how people are actually using their 24. You don't know what responsibilities and priorities people are obligated to during that 24. So if you have someone who has 24, but 17, 18, 19 of their hours is obligated to time, family, compensation, but say they spend those 7 hours, instead of sleeping, they sleep 4 and work 3. But then you have a person who has that, out of that same 24, they sleep 9 hours, 10 hours, they smoke 3 or 4 hours, they go to the studio for about an hour and a half, they go do a networking event for about an hour and a half. Okay, he's working 3. But the same guy who's doing all that other shit is also working 3. You know what I'm saying? So you think you're hustling, you're grinding this and that. So it's all, like you said, perspective relative to what you're doing. I think the important part, everybody always says, stay consistent. Yeah, that's true. But if you're consistently doing the wrong thing, it's motion on the treadmill. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't just be, okay, well, I'm just going to be doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And I think I think that's when people are afraid to fail, or they don't want to admit or be accountable that they failed when they're doing this, you know, when they're doing that motion on the treadmill. Because you got to be doing new things. You got to be learning this shit. If this shit don't make you want to quit, you ain't trying hard enough. If you ain't lost money, like if you ain't lost a few thousand, you ain't trying hard enough. If you ain't invested, you know, in between my personal studio, going to Denmark 2 years, open mics, studio sessions, this and that, probably in the last 7 years, I don't know, almost $50,000 probably. You know what I'm saying? If you think about, you know,
yes, sir.
10 grand a year, or seven to 12 grand a year
Of
in the
course.
last, whatever. And there's people that spend more, way more than I do.
Right.
I'm not even trying to make it seem like, oh, I spend more. No, I know there's cats that there's probably spending triple that.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Maybe you just have a hit for them. Maybe that's that they're calling. Maybe they're doing the wrong thing over and over and over. I don't know.
Right.
All I know is for the most part with what I'm doing, although there's been some ups and downs, it seemed to be more or less a consistent arc,
Climb.
climb. So it's like, okay, I do this, that didn't work. All right, bam. All right, over here, that didn't work. Over here, you know what I mean? So it's just like, and I think as long as it's like that, and you see progression and you feel the progression, and not like progression in your head.
Right.
Because I think a lot of people, they feel like they're a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm looking at all these videos, I'm doing all this, but outside of your bubble, outside of your head, are you really getting motion?
Mm-hmm.
Are people booking you? Are you getting new opportunities? Are you patching yourself, or are you getting yourself into bigger rooms, rubbing yourself, bigger shoulders? Are the shows getting better with more people? Are the podcasts getting more exclusive? Are you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of, you gotta be honest and accountable and self-aware of what's really happening.
Yes, sir. And bro, and that takes a lot though. I think that's what a real that's where the real savviness comes in. And I think that's the real differentiation between a real go-getter and a dreamer. You know, cause like we said, a dreamer is, like you said, I could be working 3 hours and I'm doing this. I'm like, man, I'm busting my ass, bro. You know, and then you can be like, damn, if I told you what I just did, and then I'm like, damn, so it's like you said, and I love that emotional. I never heard of you before, but emotional treadmill. Like a lot of people, but
slow and steady wins the race. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying there's some people there's some people that skyrocket to their finish line. Cool. There's some people that have been working 12 years and ain't made it, or 12 years in the same spot as me. People that were working only 3 years in the same spot where I'm at.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's also relative to how you maximize your opportunities, how far you climb, how more are you elevating with the music, are you progressing with the connections, are you progressing with yourself, your image, your presentation, your cadence, your conversation skills, you know what I'm saying? Like, all these little things come into play.
Literally.
Whether you like it or not.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I realized that when I came in, I ain't gonna lie to you, when I came in, I wasn't the most fashionable. I wasn't the most, I'm kind of like a regular dude. If outside of the rap shit, you catch me around the crib in like basketball shorts and slides.
Trust.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just, whatever. But the reality of it is, initially, people are visual to some extent, especially women.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, men are visual creatures, but women, if you're not presented well, you're not dressed well.
Sure, of course.
You don't care about the game you got if you look like a bum, you're not dressed well, whatever. But it took me a while to embrace that. And be, okay, listen, it's like sales. It's like anything. It's a part of the package. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are not going to care what you're saying or find it to have value or credibility if you look like a bum, or you look like you don't care about yourself, or you look like you're not presented well, or you look like you ain't got your shit together, or really don't. You know what I'm saying? So it's just part of it. It's just anything. I think more than anything, the more of a complete person you are, mentally, physically, spiritually, I think the more it's received.
And I like this today. This is something I literally heard today. God said, your business is a reflection of your health. And then I'm like, damn, because that's true. Like you just said, you cut down on, like you said, you lost like over 50 pounds.
Yeah. Since over a year and a half ago, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's like, and like you said, you've been seeing your career steady going up. And that goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The more you start taking care of self, start thinking about self, or you know what I mean? Like the more positive you're putting in yourself is the more you're gonna attract to yourself.
See, that really taught me that. It's funny because sometimes life and God puts certain people in your life for certain things. I had a situationship taught me that. Sometimes people mirror things to you, and you have to realize, okay, what they're telling me is something I need to work on. What I'm showing her is something she needs to work on. That's why we're not. You get what I'm saying?
That's it.
Is it because, and that's when I realized when I was telling another homegirl of mine, we're having this conversation about, she was always telling me, oh, why can't I find the right person? I'm doing this. I'm like, okay, what are you looking for? Well, I want this, and that. Well, but you don't really act like this, and that. And she's like, well, that's what I want. And I'm like, why can't I? I'm like, honey, but look, I want a man that does this. I want a man that does this. Okay, okay, but as far as the female equivalent, do you do this, and that? No. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
for real.
I realized, okay, wait a minute. I need to fall back and become a better man, regardless for not for anybody else, for me. Because when you set those boundaries, like you said, and you realize, okay, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm supposed to love me the most. I'm supposed to take care of me the most. I'm supposed to put in the most effort and invest the most time, psychologically, physically, financially, into me. Not in a selfish way.
All right.
Not in the way of like that is detrimental to your family or your kids or anything like that. But it's like, wait a minute, okay, fine. You know, and for some people, I give me granted. For some people, they might not get this because it's a given. Whereas other people, this is the kind of things they have to learn, like myself. You know what I'm saying? Like my obstacles were never really so much creatively. They've always been like, you know, mental and social. I was also a social, kind of a social awkward kid, this and that, you know, whatever. So I think when you figure these things out and you start applying them in your life, it's like I don't know, just overall helps, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, that's bro. Like that's and what you just said, like mirroring each other, like that's, and I think that like you're saying that certain people though, you know what I mean? Certain people mirror and certain people are kind of like a broken mirror too.
Mm.
You know, so it's like, you know what I mean? Like you can kind of get a good reflection or a bad
But
reflection.
the thing is, but at least you're getting the reflection, and that's what people gotta realize. It's not a right or wrong thing. It's not a I'm a bad person, you're a bad
Right.
person thing. It's just like, nah, wait a minute. I was like, okay, wait a minute. We're both looking for something, but neither one of us are really ready for what we're looking for. And we're both looking for something different.
Right.
We're not looking for the same thing. So that's how I sat back and I realized, okay, wait a minute. Regardless of whatever happens, you know, with anybody, I'm like, wait a minute. Shit, you know what? I'm not on point like I thought. Like, okay, wait a minute. Like, yeah. And some people, you know, they may think I'm all this, I'm all that. That's cool, bro. If you think you're the total package, I got this and that, blah, 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 and, you know, nothing's wrong with me, and okay, that's fine. I think most men, if you're honest with yourself, you realize your life is constantly, you're trying to become a better man. You know what I'm saying? So, at least with me, I'm like, okay, I've gotten to an age where, yes, creative income is important. Yes, you know, finance is important. Taking care of my family is important. Keeping right with God is important. But ultimately, at the end of the day, if I'm not here year by year becoming a better man, I'm just cheating myself. I'm cheating God. I'm cheating the people that believe in me. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, so each person you meet, each relationship, each friendship, each situationship, you gotta get something out of it. And I wasn't that way always. So don't get me wrong. I know sometimes people like, well, I have, you know, conversation or, you know, I'm not trying to come from a place of like, oh, I'm a fucking life guru. I'm no fucking Gary Vee. You get what I'm saying? It's not a place like that. It's from a place of when you've done it and you've erred. It's like, and you realize, oh fuck, dude, I shouldn't have did that. You want to share it with the next person. Like, yo, listen, don't do this and that. And if it don't apply to you, it don't apply to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's just, yeah, I realized things, and that's how I learned. Nah, bro, you can't be bitter. You can't be angry. You can't be revengeful when something doesn't go your way. When a person crosses you, this and that. Even when a person crosses, he crossed me this opportunity. Okay, you know what? I gotta be sharper with who I let in my circle. I should have seen that. Oh no, this bitch cheated on me, this and that, blah blah, da da da. Let's be real. Did you really think she was the type not to cheat on you when you met her? You get what I'm saying? Oh man, I got with this business deal. Homie crossed me. This is bullshit, da da da. Okay, let's look back at it. How many people told you this guy was shady before you put money with him? You know what I'm saying? But people don't want to. They don't want to sit back and think these things. And then if I tell you this and that, person outwardly might be like, man, fuck this, man, this guy motherfucker preaching, what the fuck does he know? Alright, cool, homie, fanboy, brother, good luck to you.
That's it.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm in a different space, you know, it's like, you know, I'm just, alright, you know, even when a person don't rock with me, or a friend don't rock with me, or a chick don't rock with me, I'm gonna try to do my best to show you who I am. You know, I'm gonna try to be there for you, I'm gonna try to be respectful for you. As far as the female goes, I'm gonna spend good amount of relative, you know, time, interest, money, getting to know you relative to how much you reciprocate. If that don't work for you, no harm, no foul. If I network with you as an artist, I sit down with a studio with you, we smoke, we vibe, you say some shit that's kind of a little bit weird, you say some stuff like that, I kind of get this non-spiritual, I'm not a trusting, you know, I sleep with your girl behind your back kind of vibe. Then you be like, let's do this track. I'm gonna be like, I'm straight, fam. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I rock. You know what I mean? Like, okay, and it don't work for everybody. And for the most part, life is a lonely road. You know, say besides a close few. Because when you're emotionally aware, you're emotionally intelligent, it's too hard to ignore these things. It's too hard to put these things in the back burner, and I'm not the type to just tolerate or ignore the red flags to benefit off someone, or to even with a female. If I'm not feeling it and she want to vibe with me, I've told shorty, so shorty, right? Honestly, I'm not. Oh, but so now I want to fuck. Cool. I'm not feeling it like that. I'm feeling this chick or this and that, but I'm not. I don't want to waste your time.
Yes, shit.
You know what I'm saying? Because if not because I'm trying to be super nice guy or be Captain Save a bitch. No, it's if I met a bad bitch, I would want her to tell me, yo, girl, you know what? I got this NFL athlete or whatever.
Right,
and that.
right. Try to let
You
me
know
know
what I'm
so I could go
Let me
ahead.
just let me know so I can
Yeah.
bounce. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm all about like what how you put into life, you're gonna get it back. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna, and I've realized it because I've seen it and I've learned. Again, it's not from a place of trying to be better. No, it's just I'm not trying to come off like I'm Mr. Humble Guy. No, life has kicked my ass. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I've learned these things, and all I can, the best I can do is be a mirror to share knowledge or information hub. Like if you want to come sit and vibe with me, that's just how I rock. If you want to sit and talk about fucking Jimmy Butler. I mean, I like to talk about sports, don't get me wrong. But if all you want to talk about is, Jimmy Butler or what you saw in Love and Hip Hop and, hey, when the Jordans come out and this and that, I was like, okay, cool. That's just, I'm not for you. You get what I'm saying? Like, if I'm going to sit and talk to you and I'm going to invest my time trying to sit and talk to who you are, I hope we get something out of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For
and
sure.
if we don't, then we part ways, we part ways. You know what I mean? But.
And bro, that's a great mentality to have because, like you said, and it's not like you said, it's not only the fact of you don't want to waste her time. On the real aspect is, I don't want to waste my time.
Oh, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm coming from a place that's always how you got to put your
right.
But at the end of the day, is I know I'm not. I see I'm not for you. I see you're not for me. So let's just, you want to, you know what I mean? Same thing with a homie. I like I said, even with friendships, bro, it's not always the years in the friendship. It's the quality.
Yes, facts.
You get what I'm saying? And there's always gonna be people that I may per se mess with at a distance. That don't mean I wish them harm. That don't mean I wish them ill will. It just means, you know what, bro? I just think we move different, we vibe different, we rock different. If I see you, it's love. I probably still like a post. I'll probably still repost some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the type to even hate. If I see something like, hey, yo, bro, I need a plug for this and that. Oh yeah, I know somebody that does that. But does that mean I want to sit down with you and have drinks with you?
Right.
Not really. Are you gonna be the first person invited to the wedding? Probably not. You get what I'm saying? But that don't mean I'm wishing harm on you because I can't. My focus is not there. You know what I'm saying? And I've learned that. I've learned that in the past, wasting time thinking about an ex and what's she doing right now? Blah blah blah. Remember that scene in Four Brothers? You ever seen Four Brothers? Yeah. He's like, man, she got a hard dick in her right now. She this and that. But that's what. So you gotta be real with that. This and that.
Shit.
Or when someone crosses you and you're like, man, why won't he get his? That's crazy. This and that. I'm like, you know what? Now I'm just more of like, let life take care of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's hard. It's not easy. When I put it in God's hands, like I had a conversation with my moms, and it was one where I was, real heart to heart. Sometimes you have it with your parents from time to time. And she's like, you gotta leave things in God's hands. I'm like, yeah, it's not his hands. I'm worried about him handing it to me and me fumbling it. You know what I'm saying? He's like, nah, he would never hand you something you couldn't handle. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you would never fumble. He knows who you are. You would never fumble what he gives you.
Right.
You couldn't fumble what he gives you.
Real spill.
You know what I'm saying? So if you fumbled it, he didn't give it to you.
That's damn.
And I was like, wow, okay. I was like, Mom, you coming with bars and she's not even around.
Shit.
So I'm just like, but you know what? I was okay, yeah, all right. Opportunities, friends, women, chances, they come and go. And you learn from each one. But at the right time, if you're self-aware, you're honest with yourself, it's gonna come in your hands, but it's gonna come right to you. God's gonna make sure it gets
right.
you.
Nah,
He's gonna be Dan Marino with that rock.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna hit you dead center. Now some of y'all old people, younger people may not know Dan Marino is hit you dead center with that freaking beam, boy. He sling that freaking rock, boy. Let me tell you.
Nah, and that's real though, man. So, but I'm not gonna lie to you. We gonna have to run another episode back with you. We need
Yeah,
to really
I'm
have you
ready.
back,
I'm
man.
ready, bro. I'm
Bring
ready.
that
We
back,
could,
man.
I'm about it, bro.
So,
I love talking.
nah, for sure, man. So, hey, y'all already know this is another episode, man. Episode number 20, man. And here with our special guest. And I want him to give his outro, man. Let the world know who we here with today, man.
Man, white dude, trapper's favorite cracker, Little Havana to Hollywood, Slider High, it's on you. That's how we rockin', man. Shout out to my dog. Shout out to everybody in the building. Culture Talk, man, you know how we do it. Look out for that What the Fuck You Want, produced by Cash Marley, January 24th. MMTY, Empire Distribution, first release to the family, and we rockin' different. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all already know, man. Y'all tune in. It's been another episode, man. And link will be in the bio. Tap in.
Tap, 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 tap.
That part.